Hey there guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is part number 8 of my F1 2015 Zero2Hero series, and we're here for the Austrian Grand Prix. It's a track that I really like, and hopefully we can try and get some more good points here in this race after we've won the last 3 races in a row. So we're on a brilliant run at the moment, and hopefully we can continue that here this weekend. And we're going to get the setup loaded up now, as you'll see, and I'm going to do this from now on for every single race for you guys, so you can see what we're doing for each race. And at the moment, because we've got the full setup, we can do the whole setup for ourselves. So we're going to do the setup for this race. As you can see, we've got 2 wings for here, Austria, very aggressive aerodynamics for this track, and then we've got 90-80 on the differentials. We're going to be running a really aggressive setup around here because we definitely want to try and continue our good form. As you can see, full left camber, full right toe, so we're maxing everything out. Full right suspension, full left rear suspension, full right front anti-roll bar, and full left rear anti-roll bar. Absolutely maxing out the entire setup so we can get as much speed as possible around this track. And here we are in practice, and the car actually felt really good on these prime tyres. You'll see now we're starting our first time lap as we come across the line now to finish our first time lap here in practice. In the Super Maldonado, we're going to come across for P4, so not too bad there. 2 tenths off of Lewis Hamilton's time, so not a bad lap there to start things off. But I did actually do a couple more laps in this session. I did improve quite a little bit, so as you'll see, we're coming across the line now for our second time lap here, and we improved to a 110.1, so a big difference there in improvement, and we got to P3. And now once again we're going to set another lap here, my final lap in practice, and it's going to be a 110.0 flat, so a really good lap there from us in practice. But now we're going to jump into the race and see how we get on for the Austrian Grand Prix. So here we are then for the race on race day here at Austria, and as you can see we're starting from the back as per usual. And looking at the grid there, Jenson Button getting a very impressive 13th place there in his McLaren around the track that is really dependent on engine power. But looking at the grid, as you can see, we've actually got Nico Rosberg on pole this time, so a bit of a difference there. Normally it's Lewis Hamilton dominating, he's been absolutely dominating this season, but we've actually got his teammate on pole. But nevertheless, we're going to gear up to 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix, and we are underway here, and we're going to get a pretty okay start for a change, not too bad, and going to get a little bit of wheel spin, but it's not actually too bad. We didn't drop back too far, and we're going to see if we can try and make a move up the inside off turn 1 here, maybe overtake a couple of cars. We're going to take Will Stevens out of the inside, and Murray's actually stayed ahead of us, so we're going to have to try and get him now down this straight, going up into turn 2. We've got a lot of straight line speed in this car, so hopefully we can make a count as we go past Murray here, going up the hill. And are we also going to overtake Alonso up the inside? Yes we do. We overtake Carlos Sainz and maybe Nico Hülkenberg. Yes we do. We overtake 4 cars there into the braking zone at turn 2, so a nice quadruple overtake, but we're getting illegal on the Hülkenberg because there was a yellow flag, I believe. So we had to let him straight back past, and now Sainz is also coming back at us, but we have got the straight line speed to keep him behind us, and we're going to cover the inside line through turn number 3, and we're going to make sure Sainz doesn't get us. But now we're going to see you try and overtake Hülkenberg and Kvyat, who are ahead of us, going side by side here through turn 4, going to turn 5. Could we possibly line them up for a move now in the next couple of corners, as we're now getting right up onto the back of Kvyat, running a little bit wide onto the grass there, going through turn number 6 now. And we're actually going to get a really nice cutback line on the Russian here, which is going to allow us to get right in this gearbox as we come into turn 7, and we're going to pull to the inside here and try and make a move on the Russian now, going into turn number 8 now, the penultimate corner here. We're going to make the move up the inside of Kvyat, and we're now on the back of Nico Hülkenberg, now going through the final corner onto the start lap number 2, and we're right on the slipstream of the German here. I'm going to try and make a move up into P14 as we pull to the inside down the pit straight, and presumably make a move up the inside of turn 1. Yes we do, and we make the move nice and easy there, done and dusted for us. And we've got Jenson Button ahead of us now, so he should be really struggling in a straight line, so we might be able to get him quite easily down this straight. And indeed we are, as you can see, we've got so much more speed in a straight line, and we're going to breeze past him way before turn number 2, and we're up into P13 now, so a really good start to the race so far. And some positions there around the track that hasn't got many braking zones, so that's a pretty good start from us, like I said. And hopefully we can capitalise on that over the rest of the race as we now skip later on into the race. On lap number 2, as you can see, we're on the back of Verstappen, and we're going through the final corner. We're actually going to get a really nice run on the exit of the corner, which is going to allow us to come alongside Max Verstappen here down the pit straight as we set a personal best lap as we go up the inside of turn number 1, and the move should be done and dusted. Indeed it is, as we're now on the back of Marcus Ericsson, and we did this last time with Hulkenberg and Button 1 lap ago. Can we do it once again with Ericsson and Verstappen as we go to the inside this time of Ericsson, going up the inside of turn number 2. It should be a move done and dusted. Yes it is. It's an easy move, a little bit of contact there, but we get the job done nonetheless, and we're up into P11. So really efficient overtake so far this race, and we're definitely making our moves count, and we're making our way through the field really fast here. And now skipping onto lap number 4, as you can see, we're on the back of Felipe Nasr going on to lap number 5, and we've got the DRS on him, but he's also got DRS. It's going to be a drag race as we go into turn 1 up the inside of the Brazilian, hit the apex nicely there, and it's a textbook move up the inside. And now we're on the back of Romain Grosjean in his slipstream down, going down the straight on lap 5. And then can we possibly line him up for a move up the inside of turn number 2? We're going to pull to the inside, try and brake really late. We're going to try and let off the brakes a little bit to try and force our way through, and indeed we make the move. And we're also going to get DRS in the process, so a very nice overtake there from us, and we're up into P9 into the points now. So that double overtake definitely seems to be paying off for me, and it's definitely one of my favourite moves. As now we're on the back of Daniel Ricciardo going on to the start lap number 6 as we pull to the inside of turn number 1, and we make the move nice and easily here, and we're now on the back of Pastor Maldonado, exact same thing as his teammate 1 lap ago, Grosjean, and we're in his slipstream going down the straight into turn number 2. Are we going to do the same move for like the 4th time this race? Yes we do. We got up the inside of Maldonado, but we can't overtake Perez, who actually had some really good braking into that corner, so we're going to have to settle for that position from now on. But we're going to look at a replay of that overtake, because we've done this move 4 times, so I think it's worth an overtake to see exactly how it was done. As you can see, we're in the slipstream of Ricciardo there, pulled to the inside, quite brave on the brakes. I was really confident into the brakes into turn 1 there, and it showed. As you see, we're making the move nice and easily there on the Honey Badger. And now it's seeing it, now as you got the hill, we're going into turn number 2 now. We're going to make a nice easy move on Maldonado through his slipstream. We're going to pull out of it, pull to the inside, and I would have liked to overtake Perez to make it a nice triple overtake, but you know, it's not always going to work out your way. But nevertheless, now on lap number 6, as you can see, we're on the back of Perez as we go through turn 4 into turn number 5. We're going to pull to the inside. Can we make a move up the inside of the corner? No, we can't. Perez actually defends quite nicely, but he leaves the door open for us, and we're going to slip up the inside nonetheless into turn number 6, and we're going to make the move up with the P6 there on the Mexican. So very nice overtake there from us on lap 6, and one of the overtakers of the Grand Prix there just trying to slip up the inside quite sneakily. On now lap 8, we lose the rear end a little bit out of turn 1 because the rear tyres really did go off on this race for some reason. I definitely recommend if you guys do this race in your career mode, maybe run a bit more conservative setup on the rear tyres, because this track seems to eat through the rear tyres. But anyway, now we're coming in for our pit stop on lap number 11 now, and we're actually coming into the pits with a couple of other front running cars, and that includes our teammate Felipe Massa, who's right ahead of us there, so we are going to have to stack for this pit stop. Unfortunately, I didn't actually see my teammate coming to the pits because I was a bit too far away, so I had to just guess and hope for the best, and unfortunately it backfired and we had to stack a little bit, but we didn't lose too much time there, so not too bad, and we had a 2.2 pit stop to make up for it, so not too bad there from the boys, and hopefully we can try and capitalise on that. As now we skip later on in the race, and we've got a team radio from the boys here.
We're expecting light rain to arrive within 15 minutes.
So rain is expected here at Austria, so that's for an absolute spanner into the works, and I'm going to respond to that immediately by pitting on lap 18, so 4 to 5 laps earlier than expected. I'm going to try and go into the soft tyre and get an undercut, because my predictions at the time were that the rain was going to come down in about 10 laps time or so, so I was going to pit for the prime because the option was not going to make it until then, so we're pitting for the prime tyres, and hopefully we can get an undercut and see if we can try and make some inroads into that top 5, so fingers crossed. We're going to roll dice here and hope the strategy pays off, as Ricciardo passes us there on the right hand side. So he's gone up into P6 for the time being, and we're down to P7, but hopefully we can try and pass the Honey Badger soon. And we're going to rejoin the track doing some nice clean air, which is good for us. And now skipping later on to lap 21, going on to the start lap number 22. We've got DRS on Ricciardo now, and we're right on the back of him on the fresh tyres, and we've got a car in the pits there. I don't know who that is. I think it might be, I don't know, it's a lap car by the look of it, because we haven't gained any places. But now we've got a really good run on Ricciardo at the exit of turn number 1, and we're going to get right in the slipstream, and it should be a very easy move because we've got the Mercedes power unit compared to the Renault one, and it should be a job well done for us, and indeed it is, and it's an easy overtake for us way before turn number 2. And skipping later on to the end of lap number 22 onto lap 23, as you can see we've got cars in the pits, and we've passed Massa, Rosberg, and also now we've got Vettel on the right hand side here, and we're going to pass him as well on the exit, so we've gained 3 places and we're up into the podium position, so really good strategy call from us. And now we just got to hope that the rain falls very soon, because these tyres are going off very fast. So skipping later on to that 27, as you can see, and the rain is now now falling, and however, as you look at the tyres there briefly, my rears are really hot, and the tyres are just going off so quickly here, and Vettel's on the fresh rubber, so we are at a really big disadvantage here at the moment, and the Vettel's going to go up the inside of turn 3 here, but we are going to hang it around the outside of Vettel there, and that was definitely a very close call there, but we managed to make a nice little defensive line around the outside, and they're skipping now onto that 28. As you can see, we've got yellow flags up ahead, so something's going on here, and we've got to wait and see what it is, but Vettel's still in their mirrors, so we've got to watch out for him here, and the rain is falling thick and fast here, so it might be Inter's time very soon, but as you can see, we've got Raikkonen ahead of us there. Could that be Raikkonen there? Could he have been in the contact? Yes, he is. There's Kimi Raikkonen, so he must have been some kind of contact, and there's Maldonado with no front wing on the right hand side, so something's happened here, and we're going to look at a replay, and as you can see, we've got Kimi Raikkonen right behind past Maldonado going up the hill into turn number 2, and Raikkonen pulls to the inside, and Maldonado just turns into him, and there's contact between the two of them, and Maldonado loses his front wing, and Kimi very lucky to get pretty much unscathed, and they're pretty much stuck wheel to wheel there. As you see, Maldonado's left rear is stuck on Kimi's right front, but very interesting contact there, and I definitely think Maldonado's put it at fault there for turning into the Iceman, but nevertheless, that's going to benefit us massively. So that was definitely very unfortunate there for Kimi Raikkonen, because he was in a good position and Maldonado just decided to take him out. So a bit of a racing incident there, but nevertheless, on lap 29, we're going to roll the dice and we're going to come in for the intermediate tyres. So here's hoping that the gamble works and we can try and get the jump on the rest of the field. We're going to, I think, pit in a lap earlier than what the AI expect to be pit in for the Inters, so hopefully we can make it stick as we come into the pit box for our set of intermediates, as you can see. And it's a 2.2 pit stop, so really good pit stop today from the Williams crew in all 3 times I've pit, or 2 times I think, but overall very good pit stops from the boys. And then we're going to rejoin in P5, so a nice textbook pit stop there from us, and hopefully now we can try and hunt the AI down on this intermediate type. So the track definitely does look wet enough, so we're going to see if we can try and make some inroads. As now skipping onto lap number 30, onto lap 31, and we've got cars in the pits for intermediate tyres, I'm presuming, and we're going to see how many cars we can get past as now we go through turn 1, and then we up into second place. So we've jumped another car, and I think it's Lewis Hamilton who we've managed to jump. So we've made another brilliant strategy call here, but overtaking yet another car in the pit stops, and we're up into P2 now, so there's only one more car left between me and a race winner, and it's Nico Rosberg. And as you can see, skipping onto that 34, the rain is absolutely chucking it down now, and we are going to have to take another risk, and we're going to go onto the full wet tyres with 2 full laps of the race to go. And he's hoping that the track does get wet enough, because this is a massive risk, because I could have maybe stayed out on the Inters, but we're going to go for the risk and go for the wets and hope for the best. And it's another good pit stop there, 2.4, so hopefully that's the mechanic's job done for today, and it's all in our hands now. We just got to try and push as hard as we can as we rejoin in P number 5 behind our teammate. So we're going to see what happens here, and hopefully if we can try and push on these wet tyres, we're going to see if the track's wet enough or not, but we definitely want to try and get that race win here and try and keep our streak going. But as you can see, skipping on to lap 36, we've got a couple of cars in the pits, but we've only overtaken 1 car, and that was our teammate. So out of all of them cars in the pits, only one of them was for position, and we're down into P4. And as you see, skipping on to the final lap of the race now, Nico Rosberg has won the Austrian Grand Prix from second place in his teammate, and then Vettel has come home in 3rd place. So the top 3 made the intermediate tyre work, and essentially in hindsight, my wet tyre gamble backfired, so absolute shame for us here. So there we have it then, official confirmation, and we come home in P4, 25 seconds off the race winner Nico Rosberg. So I will say we did gain about 8 seconds on that last lap on Rosberg, so maybe 1 or 2 more laps and we could have had the race win, but it just didn't rain enough for us. So very unfortunate set of circumstances for us there. So actually I'm looking at it now, Button actually gets some points from McLaren Honda there, so that's an interesting result there. And I'm in the Drivers' Championship. We do lose some ground to Lewis Hamilton after the 3 race win streak has come to an end. So a very unfortunate race there for us, and we've got a brand new winner this season, which is Nico Rosberg, because so far it only been Lewis Hamilton and myself who won races. So we've got a brand new race winner, and we're now 34 points adrift to Hamilton, so we've still got a massive gap to crawl back, and Rosberg's only 3 points behind us. So we're definitely in the wars against the Mercedes at the minute, and in the constructors we're still in 2nd place, so overall not too bad of a race for us, and considering we came in 4th, that's not a bad result. But anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please do smash the like button down below. If you're new around here, then please subscribe, and if you want to follow my Twitter, there's links down below in the description. But that's about it from me guys, and I'll see you guys next time in Silverstone. So from me, goodbye.